What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel.
Here are 5 things you need to know before moving to West Michigan.
You better stay tuned. What's up, guys? So, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Irwin.
And I'm Ross Young.
We are real estate agents here in the West Michigan area for Freedom Home Group. We are so glad that you came back to the channel. If you're here for the first time, we go over anything and everything that has to do with living and thriving here in West Michigan. And honestly, we get so many reach outs from people wanting to move into the area. There's one right now. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell notification so you get notified every time we put a video out. And you know what? If you need help, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. The number on the screen right now, this is a direct number to us. We are the dudes that pick up the phone. So, you know, if you need help, please do not hesitate. Let's go into 5 reasons why you should move to Michigan.
Yep. Now, number 1 is parks and recreation.
So there is a ton of stuff to do here in Michigan when it comes to parks and recreation. I mean, Michigan has so many outdoorsy spots, it's hard to, which in fact, most of this list has something to do with being outside because that's just West Michigan. Now, you're gonna find more parks than you can even count once you go over some of the stuff they have to offer, Ross.
You know, like being local to Hudsonville, you got Hager Park, which has an awesome outdoor area for kids. Now, just out in Lowell, they have Creekside Park, which has, you know, an awesome, you know, they call it Creekside Fortress, I believe it is.
Oh yeah,
Creekside Kingdom. Yeah. That's what it is. It is awesome. You know, being a kid, I would absolutely love to do those things. Manistee National Forest, just about 1 million acres just devoted to National Forest, just for the people of Michigan.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Obviously, you can see behind us that we are both Jeep enthusiasts. There is thousands of miles of trails for ATV riding, horseback riding, hiking. Check out the hiking map. I'll link that in the description because there's tons and tons of trails to explore.
Just in Kent County alone, there's thousands of miles of, you know, like Kent trails. Goes from downtown Byron Center all the way to downtown Grand Rapids.
It truly is amazing.
Yep.
So let's move on to number 2, Ross.
Number 2 is water and lakes. You know, being in Michigan, we are surrounded by the Great Lakes, and we have well over 11,000 inland lakes. A lot of people don't know, you know, how much Michigan is based around water.
Yeah, and you know, we call it the Great Lakes, but realistically, they're the largest freshwater lakes in the world, and they're more like oceans. You can't see across them. You know, when you're on the Grand Haven Beach, you cannot see Chicago. I don't know why we call them lakes. All the inland lakes, the 11,000 inland lakes, those are actual lakes. But anyways, just a little side note.
And you got to visit Grand Haven because Grand Haven beaches are amazing. Grand Haven, and then, you know, little known fact, you know, if you go up just north of Grand Haven to Muskegon, you know, they have some awesome state parks in Muskegon, and they're really kind of a hidden gem because not very many people know about them. Yeah. Everybody goes to Grand Haven and nobody goes to Muskegon.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife and I, we like going to Muskegon Beach better because not as many people go there, so it's less saturated.
Right.
But you've got Silver Lake Sand Dunes, which is right off of Lake Michigan. What's the, is it Big Bear Dunes? Why can't I think of the name?
Sleeping Bear Dunes.
Sleeping Bear Dunes. That is a walking dune that you guys absolutely have to go check out.
And you can't ever forget, you know, some of our favorite lakes, Croton Hardy Dam.
Yeah, Croton Hardy Dam. The Hardy River is just, it is phenomenal. It is 23 miles upriver, wide mouth river, and the boating out there is insane. You got hot boats out there. Yep. So if you're a boat enthusiast, there is a ton to do here for your boats.
Fishing.
Yep, lots and lots of fishing.
Lots of fishing, lots of tubing, lots of kayaking, canoes.
Yep.
You know, when you come to West Michigan, you quickly realize, you know, just by all the boats that are, you know, on the road in the summer, you quickly realize how really ingrained the water life is to the West Michigan community.
No, 100%. And you know, if you don't have a massive big lake boat and you want to go charter fishing, there is a ton of different companies that do charter fishing. Just get online, look up charter fishing, and you can go out and catch some big fish in Lake Michigan.
You can't forget the salmon runs,
you
know, in the fall.
It's just, There's so much to do here that has to do with water. So if you're a water enthusiast, make sure you put Michigan on your places to check out if you're looking to move.
Number 4.
Are we on
number 3?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're only gone through 2, Ross.
Number 3 is the weather.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
This is a big topic. The weather here in West Michigan, what can we say? We have all 4 seasons here in West Michigan. Spring, summer, fall, and winter, and we get the best of all 4 seasons.
That's right. You know, being right on the lakeshore, right on Lake Michigan, and obviously all the weather comes from the west, much like the rest of the United States. But it's got to cross Lake Michigan, and you know, a lot of times, you know, you'll have the cold, dry air coming from the northwest, come down across Lake Michigan, it picks up moisture and drops it right here.
Yeah, so lake effect snow is a big deal here. Let me explain this to you, and if you want to see an in-depth video, I'll put the card right here. I already did an in-depth video on this, but winter time, you'll be driving down the road, nice and sunny like it is now, and all of a sudden, bam, just blizzard. And you go 2 miles, and then, oh, it's nice and sunny again for like maybe 2 miles, and then, bam, you're back into a blizzard.
You can have a foot of snow in Holland, and then go hour and a half to the center of the state to Lansing, and they'll have just a dusting.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, here in Michigan, we do like snow, especially people that were born and raised here. So for us, for myself, I am north of Kent County, and it would always tick me off. I used to work down at the south end of Grand Rapids, and they'd be getting hammered with snow and be like, sweet, we got all kinds of snow, awesome. Get home, I have an inch or less. Yep. It's like, come on. So anyways.
So what you guys all have to remember too is that the lake can also be kind of an intensifier, or it can kind of dull the storms. Yeah. You know, it can go either way, depending, you know, obviously conditions that we are not meteorologists to really answer.
No.
But, you know, we don't have a lot of natural disasters, really.
No, we don't. We don't have a lot of tornadoes. We don't have a lot of super severe weather. We do get some, but here's it's not really an example, but when you're watching the radar with a storm that's coming up to Lake Michigan through Wisconsin, you see it and you're like, man, that's gonna be a doozy.
Right.
And it crosses Lake Michigan, and by the time it gets to the other side, it's like, bleh, and it just dies.
Kind of sprinkles a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like, really? Come on, I wanted a cracker. So, anyways, just Michigan weather is crazy. It's fun. You know, don't be afraid of it.
Kind of an old saying, if you don't like the weather in Michigan, wait 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's move on.
Number
to the next
4
one.
is roads and proximity in West Michigan. Now, it's no secret that Michigan roads suck.
Disgusting. The worst.
And it's, you know, we can tell you that because we live here.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is because all that lake effect snow, especially West Michigan, we get all that lake effect snow. We use salt on the roads a lot, and so the water melts, snow melts, gets in the cracks, freezes again, cracks the roads up.
Yeah, and what we're talking about with, you know, snow here, not snow here, not snow here, it also does that with the temperature during the winter time. So when that ice freezes down into those cracks and then it warms back up and freezes back down, I mean, you can just imagine what the concrete's doing, and that's why we have a heck of a time keeping our highways in good shape.
Yep. Now, proximity, you know, you can go from Grand Rapids to Holland in about 20 minutes to a half hour, I would say. And one little caveat for people that don't live here, you know, being from West Michigan, we measure distance in time, not miles. So you'll have to get used to that.
So like, we live in Cedar Springs, and it'd be like, how far are you from Big Rapids? I'd be like, oh, about 45 minutes. Where normally it'd be miles. We tell everything in time because we are, you know, Grand Rapids is a hub, and then you can get to everywhere, you know, most of the major areas within, you know, 30, 45 to an hour.
Yep. Lansing's an hour from Grand Rapids, so if you have any kids that want to go to Michigan State, which is an awesome college, even though we're both U of M fans.
Go Blue!
Michigan State has a lot of great opportunities, as well as Grand Valley and Allendale. But 20-30 minutes to Holland, 20-30 minutes to Grand Haven, and it's just a main hub. Yeah. Now, to kind of give you a little bit of perspective as far as how big Michigan really is, if you were to go from Grand Rapids to Copper Harbor, which is the north end of the UP, what we call the UP, the Upper Peninsula.
Yep, the Upers.
Upers. You would have a 9-hour drive. kind of put that in perspective, you drove from Grand Rapids to Nashville, Tennessee, it's 8 hours. You know, you have to cross 2 states to get to Nashville down in Tennessee versus being the same state, get to Copper Harbor for 9 hours.
Yes, it's a very long state, and we're not even touching on the peninsula. We should do that one of these days, just for a separate video, just so people know what's available up there and how cool the Upper Peninsula is.
It is. I mean, you got waterfalls. I mean, a lot of very, very cool attractions. Yeah.
So,
now, number 5.
Beer.
Beer. Breweries.
Yes.
Grand Rapids is formerly known as Beer City, USA.
Yes.
Very good reason. There are breweries all over the place in West Michigan.
I believe there is 88 breweries. Last time we looked, there's 88 breweries in West Michigan. Now I haven't looked since, you know, COVID-19 started to see if every one of them survived. But you know what would be cool, Ross? We should make a list to put on our website that people can download and print off and cross off all the breweries. We should just
Kind of a bucket list for breweries.
That was just something that popped into my head. Squirrel moment. But seriously, the breweries are endless, and it's a lot of great beer. So if you enjoy tasting beer, you have a lot to explore.
Yep. And with that being said,
cheers. So Bell's is in Comstock, Michigan. You know, they have absolutely phenomenal beer. A lot of these breweries too, it's not just beer. A lot of them have great food. If you want to travel up to Cedar Springs, which is where I'm from, which I'm sure you guys have noticed by now, I talk about it a lot, but Cedar Springs Brewery is a German style brewery in Cedar Springs, and they have really good German beer, or German beer and German food.
Right.
What are some of the breweries in your area?
You know, you got the you got 5 Lakes Brewery down in Dorr. You have Pike 51, which is in Hudsonville. You got White Flame that's in Hudsonville. You got Alebird that's in Byron Center. You know, I think breweries for people in West Michigan is more than just getting beer. It's all about having a sense of community, having a small little dive. You know, that is a nice place, not like you see in the movies that, you know, like the biker bars.
Right.
It's a nice little dive where you can go in and gather with friends and family and kind of sit back and relax.
You know, now that you say that, Ross, like, let's get serious here for a minute about West Michigan. Since we started doing these videos, and we've been talking to a lot of relocation clients coming in from other states around the United States, we have it really good here. Yeah. We really do. We have a very good sense of community here in West Michigan, and now that I've talked to other people, it's very obvious to me what the gem that we have here in West Michigan.
You know, you drive down the road or you drive in some of these smaller communities and stuff, people wave at you, they don't know you. People say hi to you on the street. You know, it's a very homey feel to West Michigan.
So, we don't want to make this video too long. You know, with that being said, if that's something you're looking for and you want to move to this area, like we said in the beginning, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We will pick up the phone. We will answer you. You're not going to get crickets. And the more important part is we will go to the end of the earth to make sure that we find what you need here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of opportunities in West Michigan. Yeah. And with that being said, like if you like, don't if you don't.
Subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you know when we put more videos out.
And we'll be in touch.
All right, cheers guys.